But what I'm hearing is that, and I've talked to a lot of people here today, people are angry, people are upset because they're not being listened to. And what I'm finding as I'm going around the constituency, I'm a candidate for the European elections, as you know. Polling day is next Friday, June the 7th. Don't forget to vote for me. But as I'm going around the constituency, like so many other candidates, I'm realizing, I'm being told that immigration is the most significant issue. And the biggest concern that people have is that the IPAS centres are being set up without consulting with the people, and this is causing a lot of problems. And the government needs to realize that, because the government are supposed to listen to the people. They're supposed to represent the people, and so are the local representatives. And this is not happening, and it must start happening. Now and as people are saying, there's no democracy left in this country because of that. We stopped off at that lovely Bianconi Hotel on the way down here. People are concerned because, again, it's been turned into an IPAS centre. There's a women's refuge right beside it. It's based in an area where all the young people congregate, for their nightlife, etc. And parents are worried and concerned about their children and letting their children out at night. And this is creating fear and unease in a community. And it shouldn't be like this, because, as I've said before, part of the reason for this is that this government, and in particular the Minister for Integration, Roderick O'Gorman, is not applying the law when it comes to designating bypass centres. In particular, he's not dealing with issues like public interest and public order, as he's obliged by law to do. And this, if the government and if the minister were applying those issues, would involve them having to have a risk assessment carried out in consultation with the people. And no such consultation has taken place. So then how can they be surprised when people want to go on marches and when they want to protest and when they're angry and concerned about what is happening? We cannot have this continuing disconnect between the government, between the political parties, between the political representatives and the people. It's simply not good enough. But this will continue if you vote for candidates who are members of the political parties next Friday. You can't do that. The only people who are going to represent your interests are people like me, myself, Michael McCarthy, and others. Where is Mark?
Myself, I'm actually the one running in
Dee and Shane. These are all the people that are here today. And Martin, they're all running as independent candidates because they do not want to be beholden to any party whip. So even if they're members of small parties, you've got to vote for them. It's only the main parties you have to be concerned about, because they are the members of those parties, and the candidates for those parties will always be subject to the whip. And if you vote for independence, or if you vote for independence and small independent nationalist parties, you won't have that issue. So is there anything else you would like me to say at this point? I pointed out the fact that the government and the minister, in fact, are not applying the law in carrying out risk assessments. You need to know this, and you need to be aware of this. And this is happening all over Ireland, and it's happening against the will of the people. This is unacceptable. It's anti-democratic. Nobody's talking about it. The mainstream media are not talking about it, but I'm talking about it because someone needs to say it as it is. Okay? Thank you, guys. Okay.